Sunday morning, feel that ache inside my heart. I can hold on any longer. Seconds from falling.
The solar panels came.
Wasn't like any other song. That was a breeze. Although you gave me your promise that you were never gonna leave, but you did, and you always will. Because of you, it is just a thrill.
Yeah, we put the phone charging.
Basically, all this system does is puts energy from this battery, this giant battery, to this battery. That's all it does right now.
Don't ever slow down.
0 watts currently.
Okay, hold on.
Try it.
Almost done. Oh, 94. This is a roller coaster.
Alright, you want to plug the fridge in?
We got a fridge.
Ah, what's going on here? Alright, so we have all this wood, this masonite to frame up the walls, cover up the siding. But here's the issue, I got a little tiny car. So I'm going to show you how to build a roof structure to get all this stuff home. So what we have here is base layer. We're sandwiching the masonite in between. These sections sticking out. And what's going to happen is I'm going to wrap the rope around this section, pinching the two boards together. We got one of these at the back and two of these at the front. It's going to hold everything together. Tie it to the roof rack. None of it's going to move. So I grew up sailing with my dad, and he taught me 1,000 knots. He's taught me 1,000 knots in my life. And this is the best I can come up with. I think sheep, is that a sheep bend? I'm sorry, Dad. I think that's a sheep bend. I know it's not a bow one. Sam did this one, don't look at that one. Look at this, and you can look at this guy, that one's good.
So the idea here is that you've got two top and bottom beams sandwiching the 4x8 piece of masonite. If you're gonna buy a 4x8 piece of anything, an insulation, a sheet of masonite, or anything that you're doing the walling with, always do it with when you're buying 2x4 planks or something, so that you have bracing. If you have a car, like us. But if you have a truck, I mean, obviously just put it in your truck bed. Oh!
Huh?
Huh?
Is that nice?
Lights, Luna.
Alright, so the biggest update is lights in the kitchen. Kitchen light.
We have
living room.
2 switches here.
Also operate down here. So our electrical setup. We have a 400 amp hour battery cell, 700 watts of solar on the roof, inverter, fridge. We've had it run power tools.
It's pretty powerful.
Great.
We've got 12-volt lights. We have 12 in total that we're going to put throughout the butts. And we've got our kitchen setup is started.
This is for the 12-volt system. We have a fuse box, dedicated fuses for every light, every switch that we're going to have. We have a fuse breaker for the solar if the solar gets too crazy and there's too much sun. This is an MPPT charge controller which can handle 100 volts or 50 amps. So instead of this expensive piece of kit going out if there's too much sun, we put a fuse in here to pop before this pops. If you're interested in building an electrical rig for yourself, for your school bus, or your van, go to Explorist.Life and that guy will explain everything you need. He's amazing. Read his articles and built this all on my own after reading his articles.
I think the most important thing about the kitchen is the storage. You don't want anything to move in transit, so We got the fridge built into the cabinet so that it doesn't move when we're moving, and then everything is going to be on pull-out drawers, and everything's going to be pegged in, plates and the pans and everything, so that they don't move in transit. We're going to have all overhead storage here. We've got our sink set up here. We've got a little place for our burner, propane burner, to set up here. On the other side of this wall is where our bathroom is, so the water heater is going to run kitchen sink and the bathroom all in this little corner.
So when we took the sheet metal off the ceiling, I guess you call it, the roof, there was insulation underneath, luckily. It's not the best insulation, but it is there. We left this. What we do understand though is the actual roof of the bus, the top of the bus, gets hot, and because this is metal that goes directly to the roof, it's going to conduct. It will bring heat from the roof to the inside of the cabin. So we got this bubble wrap, this reflective bubble wrap, which will reflect heat, some heat. I think I don't know what the unit was. It was a 6.
R18.
6. It was R18?
I think so.
R18, wow. It reflects 18 R's back to the ceiling before it comes down to our masonite and down into the kitchen. And there was plywood, there was this fancy looking plywood that was $25 a piece. Would have been great, but we're planning to paint it anyway. It's nice and smooth, it bends easily. And honestly, we weren't really sure how we were going to attach it. We weren't really sure whether it was going to go all the way down to the sides or whether it was just going to sit kind of curved. We tried a couple different places, and this long strip down the middle and then filling in the outsides is what we're going to end up with. And masonite is just...
It's lightweight.
Super cheap.
And as far as we've been able to tell so far, Luna likes laying on this, which tells us that it's pretty cool. We're going to be traveling a lot of the Southwest, and so cool temperature is what we're most concerned about. And since she likes laying on it, we assume that it's pretty good.
Only thing to worry about masonite is that it isn't a super high quality wood. It's
Particle
like
board.
MDF, so if it gets wet or anything, it's going to break. But also, if you come over here and look at the screw head, it can chip and fray a little bit. So, like, if you don't screw it perfectly, you can get a little bit of this fluff. So I backed this one off a little bit. When it's actually time to put it in fully and paint it, I'll push that in, cover it up, a little putty, and a bit of paint. Oh, my thumb's looking great.
Thumb update.
If you didn't see the last one, I accidentally chopped it with a circular saw. Spent the night in the emergency room. We're 3 weeks.
2.5 weeks in. 2 weeks in.
2.5 weeks in. I wear the splint when I'm doing work, but I don't need to at this point. Look at this range of motion. Yes! Go! So this. It's alright.